That City with Stacy Keach and Jeff Bridges.
Oh, I used to be in love with Stacey
Yeah.
Keach. Just keep it in the QT. Let's keep going. I have a thing for writers. I have a thing for big men. I have a thing. I can just keep going. I know
I'm
it's
just
insane.
curious. Are you still hot for Stacy Keach as he looks in the Nebraska movie, or going back?
I'm not afraid. You see, I'm not into.
When they get older, they can.
Yeah, I like character. I like talent.
Yeah.
Nothing is more enticing and provocative than.
Yeah, you get turned on by the work. Yeah,
Right? To me, it's about the work.
yes it is.
I don't give you 100 years old, baby. It doesn't
Yes, it
matter
is.
to me. If
As
you
long
can
as the
turn me
energy
on,
is there.
huh?
The energy, huh?
It's got to be the energy. It's got to be something that is very subtle, but in acting terms, it's like it's something that is very special.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like I said it before, I love Michael Fassbender. Why? Forget about Shane. Forget about the whole picture of Shane. Every time that I hear Fassbender, yeah, Shane. Yeah, Shane. I'm like,
He is terrific.
can we
in
block
that.
it out?
He is terrific in that. Though. I mean, it is a good.
He's a
film.
good actor. Let's face it. And he's
Very
going to be
good
winning
actor.
Best Supporting
Versatile.
Actor. You want to bet?
I don't know about that.
Ah, come on, Mark.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Let's come on,
Has-
baby.
has
Let's
anyone-
fight.
Cooper.
Has anyone
Okay,
figured
let's
out-
talk
Bradley
about-
Cooper.
Has anyone
Oh,
figured out
Bradley
what the
Cooper, I
counselor was
know.
about?
Huh?
Other than the fact that there was drug trafficking going on in there?
In which one?
In what?
The counselor. Anybody figured it out?
Oh,
yet?
I haven't seen it, but I
You
heard that
haven't
it's a
seen it?
I
lousy
haven't
movie.
seen it either.
The what?
It's
I heard that
crazy.
it's lousy. Have you seen it?
It's
Which movie's that?
The
The
Counselor.
counselor. Yeah,
Directed by
I'm
Ridley
still
Scott.
trying to figure out what Inception was about. The counselor is beating that out, you know? so
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
I have an idea, but it's
I
way off
want to
base.
hear you guys because I need to hear about your taste, acting wise, directing wise. What do you like? What kind of work? What kind of actors? What? I want to hear you guys.
My favorite directors are Bob Rafelson, Five Easy Pieces, King of Marvin Gardens, Jerry Schatzberg, Scarecrow, Panicking in the Park,
Oh, I've seen that movie ages ago.
Damn,
Charles-
I got to piggyback on everything he's saying.
Charles Burnett,
Yeah.
Killer Sheep,
Yuli Grossbard,
Ula Grossbard. I like all that.
right?
Yeah.
Straight Time. Come
Straight
on.
time, yeah. All that
Amazing
70s
stuff.
stuff.
What about you,
All the
Mark
70s stuff.
Rukowski?
Oh man, I just
Hal Ashby.
I'm the same
Sorry,
way.
Hal Ashby.
Coming Home.
John Cassavetes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a man.
Cassavetes.
Gina Rowlands, she's my girl, man.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
All
she's
the
so
early
talented.
LeMay films, City
Yes,
LeMay
yeah,
films. I mean,
absolutely.
Jesus. I could just like go on marathons and watch all this stuff.
Yeah, and Ron and I have a weird connection because
How you guys met? We
Met
didn't
through-
talk about that. How
we
you
met
and
through Nathan George.
Nathan George,
The great Nathan George.
fantastic actor who was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and Serpico,
okay.
Short Eyes.
Short Eyes,
Mm-hmm.
Clute with Jane Fonda.
Uh-huh.
And Nathan had been in a short film that I did, and
And that's how you
introduced
guys
me to Ron,
connected.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah, I studied under Nathan for a few months.
Okay, okay. What about your actors? What do you have in mind?
Me, I'm very eclectic. You know,
I love that
I
word.
I do like some early Cassavetes movies. I like you know, Kurosawa. He's a Japanese
You guys
director.
are deep.
I like Wes Anderson. I like
Yeah.
Spike Jonze. Obviously, Scorsese is one of my favorites. You know, and I you know, it's the old names. A lot of the names that Eric said, because I like the movies. I like the genre. You know, I like the actors.
Well, the
that,
70s
that
was
they
the-
was, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it was the second
Yeah.
golden age of
Yeah.
Hollywood.
It's when it
But
was
as far
kinda
as actors,
raw.
Johnny Depp, you know, Pacino,
Right,
Sidney.
right, right. Now, in terms of acting, what kind of actors turn you on? Actors, female, male, females. What kind of work?
Meryl Streep is Helen Mirren.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can like look at some like I thought Kate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine.
I have to
fantastic.
see it.
Oh, yeah, that
I
was
haven't
incredible.
seen it.
And
Everybody says, Sissy, how
she's-
come you haven't
she's
seen it? I heard
incredible.
that it's
Like
absolutely
she's
terrific.
definitely
Can't
gonna.
take your eyes off.
No, you
Yeah.
can't take your eyes off her.
So I mean, it's rare that I kind of tend to go back when I look at films.
Yeah.
I don't really like a lot of the stuff that's real popular, you know.
Right.
But if I do, it's you know
Do you watch TV much or you don't?
not too much. No.
TV has caught up with film. I mean, in the quality and with everything, it's caught up to film. I mean, I was never a real big TV watcher when I was young. The past 10
When
years,
you're still young, baby. What do you mean when I was
You
not
know?
young? Oh, damn it.
Forrest Whitaker,
Oh, yes.
the butler, he was, you know, that was impressive.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
that's
Do you
most
believe he's not
impressive-
up for a Golden Globe?
It's
Can you
crazy.
believe that shit?
Yeah, I mean that's the best he's
Who
done
you-
since Idi Amin when he won the Oscar.
Oprah's not up for a Golden Globe?
Yeah,
mean,
I
what the
heard that.
fuck?
That's sick.
Yeah,
They were.
it's crazy.
The awards are
Sick.
The awards are kind of a wink, wink, nod, nod type of thing.
course.
What do we need? What do we need, man, as a filmmakers, actors? Because there's so much. Let's talk Turkey. So much crap out there.
There is.
So much crap that I turn the TV and
you're
I
right.
go and flip, going to MTV. Forget it. It's
I mean, like
unbearable.
they're remaking RoboCop. Do we really need that?
No,
Exactly.
but you know what? It comes down to numbers, CB. It comes
It
down
is,
to
it
numbers.
is.
Very unfortunate,
right.
but it is true. It
You're right.
comes down to
That's why
mathematics.
you got to respect certain actors like Christian Bale. He'll do one
Yeah.
or two big studio films like Batman, so that he can do a film.
Like
you
The
know,
Machinist.
yeah,
He's fantastic.
or The
Oh,
Fighter,
yes.
Yeah, The
or whatever.
Fighter,
You know,
yeah.
which ended up being big for him.
Yeah.
and won the Academy Award.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, 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 yes. But it's
it's nice to see Jeremy Renner doing regular films again and not just big box office films. You know what I mean?
yeah. So what's the answer? You think?
You got to find that happy medium where you have a big budget, but you can still do your own thing, kind of.
The answer is always still story, a good story. You know what I mean? An original story.
But you
You
see,
know?
we didn't cover, not even, because I want to sit down with you, Mark, and talk about your plays, your work, man. But that's a different show, man.
Yeah.
This is separate
Let's make
show.
that happen.
because it's so much, you're so loaded. And
But one of the things that attracted me to his script, to Pace in the Cage, was addiction, man. And in the new piece that he's working on, he's dealing with addiction. He has a very interesting way of dealing with addiction. Addiction is one of my favorite topics because I'm in recovery and I work with recovering addicts, you know. And because I think the essence of Pacing the Cage is about redemption, man.
redemption.
You know,
Yeah.
here's a guy that gets out of jail.
He wants
know?
to find his way.
Yeah, and he ends up getting obstacles, sticking a needle in his arm, but he still tries to get up. Even at the end, he just goes. You know what I mean?
Because what I love about the film, it is not right or wrong. This is human nature is complicated,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's all. It's not black or white, and it's not light. It's not dark. It's all. It's a mess,
It's
It is
great.
a mess, yeah.
right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of people that
And we
come
love
to-
and we hate and we fuck and we make love,
Right. Right.
and then we cry and we laugh,
We don't even understand why the fuck we're doing half the things we do.
and we just do and do and do.
Right.
It's
right?
human nature.
It's
all
human nature is messy,
Yeah.
and it's wonderful, and it's
Yeah.
dark
Yep.
and raw.
People
Yeah.
are flawed.
And people
are flawed and characters are flawed,
I
and
love
it's-
how everybody had flaws. Everybody, it was not one way or the other way. This is pretty much like sitting down and just
Yeah.
taking, watching like private behavior taking place.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
And that's what is enticing. That's what is provocative. And I felt that it was organic, and I believe the journey. I believe the characters. I believe it from the beginning. I like the rhythm, the scenes, the cuts, like the music, the texture. You're dark, you
Yeah.
know, and it's I don't know, man. It's kind of like neurotic and psychotic. Like you have like different things going on, and sometimes you're kind of wondering because directors they work different ways and. Everybody has different systems. I'm reading about Bergman now.
Oh, yeah.
Ingmar Bergman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Heavy.
The Seventh Seal. Playing chess on the beach
Persona.
with death.
Yeah.
I
What a metaphor.
love Bergman, and I love my boy. God, I forgot his name. God, forgive me.
American?
No. Max von Sydow.
Sydow, yeah.
Oh.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
What a fantastic
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
He's working, and he keeps, like, I read that he keeps diaries of his
Fantastic.
work. He keeps notes of his work with such detail.
Yeah.
And you want to see work that it challenges you, but it makes you feel like, when I went to see the movie, I felt, okay, this guy is challenging. He's kind of dark. He's kind of like raw.
Yeah.
And then when you came on the screen, I said, oh, God. Okay, there he is. And all this unpredictable behavior taking place. And you actors playing the way you did, I think was great.
Yeah.
I want to have the whole cast. I wanted to,
That would be
He supports frenzy.
what's that?
He supports frenzy. Like if your character, if you want to like go into a
Goes-
frenzy, like in that scene you just saw.
Yes.
He like goes with it. You know what I mean? If
Right.
he sees you going there, he like steps back and just
And
lets
let
you
it
go.
let it run.
Yeah.
Let it run, man.
Yeah.
Acting is such a beautiful craft,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
When you're working with
When
really
talented
talented people. it's-
Actors,
that's-
it's a pleasure, right?
Yeah, you just sit back and let them do their thing.
Now, going back to the final cut, going to the editing room,
Mhm.
because I like to work in that computer, sitting with the editors. Do you edit yourself?
I don't edit, no. I think it's important to
Let somebody
people
else
that
do it.
do that.
But you're there, obviously.
I'm there, yeah, I'm there giving my input and then
Okay, how
kinda
picky
let
are
them-
you when the cutting, going back and forth, when the cutting, when you're adding, when you're getting that scene out of the way, let's get it slide, let's get the, what do you call the blade,
Yeah. Slicing and dicing.
slicing it down. How picky are you? How difficult are you? Do you, I'm kind of like, I'm
yeah,
interested
I mean,
in,
you can kind of like, if you're watching like a rough cut of a scene or something like that, and there's a little bit there's too many beats, like after, a character says something or the scene ends, you kind of just feel that if it should be, tighter or there's too much space there. I don't know. It's kind of intrinsic, I guess.
right.
I don't know.
The editing is so tricky.
It is tricky.
It is
yeah.
very tricky.
Sometimes you got to go back and.
It's everything, really.
It's
Yeah.
everything,
If
man.
you don't edit a scene properly, it
Yeah.
could
It's
totally fuck
dead.
up the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
true.
I had two editors on this. I should give John Gill a lot of credit as well. Bill and John both edited. They both did a great job.
How long it took you to put it together, like for the editors, pretty much? They did
Because I,
it roughly. I know that you shot a
Yeah.
different, but roughly.
maybe, I don't know. I want to say, because the thing is, I went and shot Turnabout while I was editing Pace in the Cage. So it was kind of weird. I had to put that aside for a little while. So maybe 8 months, somewhere around there.
It's pretty
8,
good.
9 months.
It's pretty good.
I mean, after everything was shot.
And do you like to keep working with the same editors, or you like to have different people? I mean, because once you get, you feel comfortable working with certain people, you just want to keep the same flow, the
Yeah.
same energy going, correct?
Yeah, I mean, true. I like to work with, some of the actors I've worked with again. Sarah's in Turnabout, so, I used the sound guy that I used on one of my short films. So I like to, you kind of keep a backlog of who was good and who you'd like to use again. And, I'm sure Mark does the same thing with plays. Ron, I'm sure does.
Yeah,
But it's
you got to
different.
have a creative camp. So,
Yeah,
as
it's
long
good to
as
have a
people,
little
as long as
unit.
you got that camp so everybody knows
Ensemble.
how to work with each other. So when they are available, it's just right back on the horse.
Yeah.
You just
Right.
giddy up. That's it.
Right.
You also find out who works good for you and who doesn't.
Right.
And you're constantly like carving that out.
Process of
finding it.
elimination. On the
Yeah, because you're not going to get along with everybody,
Yeah.
and-
Right.
and not everybody's going to share your vision. And if you're directing, it is your vision.
Right.
You know? With film, it's the director's vision.
Right.
Different with theater, but
Right.
with film,
Right. You're connected
because that's
right
the
now.
beauty of the theater, is that the playwright is God.
Right. And
You
you
know?
know all about that. No, we got to talk about that, but like I said, this is a different show because I want to get exploring Mr. Prokofsky's nature as a playwright.
Oh,
Yeah, you think my
Those-
stuff's dark.
Who? No kidding. Are you kidding me? But you know what? I
But
love
that's how we
that,
get along,
man.
maybe,
Well, you can't. This is, like I said, once again, it's human nature.
Yeah,
And it's like you guys exploring
yeah,
human nature, right?
absolutely.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's a long journey. And,
I think we're both into, and I know Ron's drawn into the character studies,
Yeah.
I think that's
Mm-hmm.
fun.
And the reason I was attracted to the script, other than the fact that Nathan was like saying, "You need to work, you need to do something." He always is talking like that. But because like Mark said, it was addiction, not to me. It was more of the frailty of the human condition. Everybody that was involved. I'm a crazy nut. He's a crazier nut. And here's this guy who's addicted, right, to an alternative reality of life because he wants to shoot himself up and like give up on reality.
Right.
But at the same time, he's stealing from a crazy nut, and another nut is pursuing him. And here it is, Raina is there to kind of help him along.
Absolutely.
And then he betrays her, but she's still, so a lot of things are going on. You got Ziggy, who's
Yeah.
still there for him after all these years. And this guy being an asshole,
Right,
a
right,
person
right.
that tells him one thing and does another. But Ziggy doesn't betray him. He stands strong. So all of this stuff going on, I said, yeah, I'm done.